So hack the box Optimum on the guided mode. Let's go ahead and grab the IP address and we'll make a new directory. CD into there. And we'll go ahead and we'll start off with our rush scan. For 10.10.10.8. Don't know if we're getting anything back. Let's go ahead and ping it. Make sure it is actually up and running. Not up and running yet, doesn't look like. Alright, there we go. Now we are. We'll try that rush scan again. And we do get a port 80. Let's go ahead and curl that port 80. Should always curl it to see if you see anything weird in there. And you may be able to figure out what it is and everything like that before. So we already know HTTP file server 2.3. Alright, so we know exactly what it is without even going there yet, right? So we know it's HTTP file server 2.3. And sometimes we'll see some weird stuff up here. And that might be exploitable. Or we see what's built with, things like that. And we do see that server HFS 2.3. So we can go ahead and search exploit HFS. See if we find anything. And we do. And then we can search exploit 2.3. And we do find some stuff, right? So it looks like we have a HFS file server, Rojito, right? HTTP file server. Let's go ahead and scroll down and see if that's actually Rojito, if we can tell or not. Or we can try and grep it maybe. I never really tried to grep with curl. Alright, and we do see, yes, there is a Rojito, so we do know that we are running that, right? So we can go ahead and run that search play one more time so I can see the whole thing. So we do have remote code execution and an arbitrary file upload. Don't know which one it's going to be vulnerable to, but we could try this. That's 2.3.x. So let's go ahead and try this arbitrary file upload. It's going to be a text document here. So let's go ahead and search exploit this. And then we'll sublime that text document. Oh, excuse me, search exploit tag M to actually bring it back to us. And then we can go ahead and sublime that text document like right there. 30850. And it looks like vulnerability that lets attacker upload files and place them into arbitrary locations on the server. This issue becomes software fails to adequately sanitize user-supplied input. Okay. So let's go ahead and see how that works like right there. So we can go to the IP address over here. And it does say 2.3, right? Which file server is running on TCP/80. What is the 2014 CVE ID for remote code execution? Okay, so it looks like we are doing remote code execution on this guy. And we can go ahead and download one of these. Let's try to download the Python one actually, make our lives a little bit simpler. Do a search exploit, tag M for that Python one. Now let's go ahead and sublime that. And it looks like the CVE is actually 2014 6287. All right. Let's go ahead and run this guy like right here. Sublime, that guy like right there, that 39.161.py. Looks like we do have to, so we got system argument for HTTP, so we have to put in the URL, plus a port it looks like. And then plus save. I wonder what that save is for, like right there. Save plus VBS. Okay. So it looks like we got to change this out like right here to the IP address that we're going to be attacking, which is not that. Let's go and throw that IP address in there, and we are actually on port 80. And it looks like it's going to be trying to do a netcat.exe command, bring it back to an IP address to that local port. All right. So we got target IP and then target port number. It looks like it's trying to bring it back to our IP address and our local port. How it's actually getting that, I don't know. And I don't know if that netcat's actually going to work or not. We can go ahead and throw it at it and see if it's going to work. We go and give it a try. This also might be Python 2, which it looks like it is. It's an older exploit here. Okay, so we got target IP address, target port number. But you know what? That's our IP address, isn't it? Local IP address. That's how it gets it. I'm sitting here like, how is it going to get that? So let's go ahead and ifconfig, grab our IP address, and we'll do an RL wrap, and we'll do it for port 443. We'll save that right there, and then we'll go ahead and we will grab their IP address, and their port is on port 80, right? So we'll go ahead and we'll say that on port 80. And we probably should have started up an actual, oh, we did. Down here, I forgot. Looks like it's trying to come back to us. On port 443 there. But it doesn't look like we quite got it. Or maybe that net count wasn't the best thing to run on it, maybe. Let's go ahead and try it on port 445. You never know. Although I feel like we're going to get the same exact thing. It doesn't look like it wants to bring it back to port 445 over there. So we did also see that there was a Metasploit module for this, right? So we do have Metasploit like right here. We could try to do that guy right there. So we can do an MSF console. And it's probably something to do with this VB script and making this netcat like right here. And then the call back to us afterwards. Most likely it's doing something with that. It's probably messing up somewhere there. So that's probably why it's not working properly. And it's also going to be a much older machine here. All right, let's go ahead and search for HFS maybe. Yep, there we go. We'll use one. Yeah, that's from 2014. And let's actually see what the next thing is. Oh, what's the username? Okay, let's go ahead and show options here. And we can set our L host to ton 0. And we can set our L port, or set our R host to 10, 10, 10, 5. We'll run that. Okay, saying that it couldn't do it. So let's go ahead and actually check out that site like real quick. Or it's not 10, 10, 10, 5 now, is it? It is, okay. You sure about that? 10, 10, 10, 8. Why does 10, 10, 10, 5 still work? That's weird. That may also be because we're also getting a callback down here from 10, 10, 10, 5, if you didn't notice. Let's go ahead and exit out of here. And let's actually start this up again. That's on 10, 10, 10, 8. 10, 10, 10, 5 is still called back to me. That was an older box that we did. And that may be something to do with, now I'm thinking, is this trying to download it from our port? Get HTTP IP address netcat.exe. Yes, it is. And it's just trying to go to, okay. So let's go ahead and CD into tools. And actually start up a web server for it to actually run on. I do have a netcat.exe in there, and it does get it. So it is trying to do that. And then it's trying to run this against the machine to bring it back to what I think would be our port 4445 or 445, right? We're not getting that callback though, but it does come down. It does get it from us. It's trying to run that now. I'm wondering if where we're putting it at, if it won't work. So I'm thinking we need to save to file, C users public. Okay, let's go ahead and save to file, maybe C temp, if that's there. Save to file, %5. So let's go ahead and try. I don't know if it's actually going to be able to take that C temp like right there. Let's try to go to users public. What if we just go to users, get rid of the public, and try it like that? What if it's not saving it in the correct location? And yep, there we go. And we do get a callback now. So we did get it that time. Who am I? I am hostess. Okay. So we're there now, right? And now we need to start to enumerate the system. Let's go ahead and do a system info. And we are on Windows Server 2012, okay? So who am I / all? Okay, don't have anything cool in there. Right there, we don't have anything amazing. It doesn't look like we have anything too amazing up here either. For our user, that's okay though. Let's go ahead and dir. Okay, we do have a user.txt. Cool. Let's go ahead and CD into C drive. CD, maybe, can we get into PowerShell from here? We can. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and see if we can't use power up on this guy and see if we can do anything with that. There we go. We'll CD, actually, I don't need to do that because it's already on. IEX, IWR, use basic parsing. This will put it into memory, remember. 1010 14.2, powerup.ps1. Let's go and try that. This is server 2012, so I think it has IEX IWR on it. It may not, because it is taking its sweet time doing it. And we do seem to be having a problem getting it back down here. That is my IP address as far as I remember, 1010 14.12, or 14.2, excuse me, 1010 14.2, powerup.ps1. That should be it, like right there. Grep for power, yep, powerup.ps1. So, but it doesn't look like it really likes that very much. IXIWR may not exist on server 2012, like right there. Let's go ahead and run this command again and see if we get another callback. We do immediately. Awesome. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be enumerating this guy not in PowerShell. Looks like we're going to be using command prompt for a lot of this, right? So we could most likely do some type of kernel exploit against it. There's probably 1,000 different exploits we could do against this thing. But let's try PowerShell taxc, maybe. And we could, I don't think IEXIWR exists on these, like right here. So we're going to do a new object. New object. And then it's going to be a system. I got to look it up. System.net.client. Okay. All right, we're going to grab that, throw that over here just so we can fix it. And we're going to do a HTTP 10.10 14.2. Go into the C. Let's go ahead and make a new directory, actually. Make directory C temp. We'll CD in there. And then from here, we'll go ahead and we will do C temp. We might want to actually put power up in here. Powerup.ps1. C temp powerup.ps1. There we go. And we could try to run that whole thing right there, see what it does. I feel like I don't need all that stuff in there, but we'll just give it a try. CTEP is not recognized. Okay, so it didn't like it like that at least. That's probably all going into a file like right there. And then going from there. It should just be... We don't really need to customize the user agent now, do we? I think that's all we need, like right there. No, that's not it. I think I might actually need that comma and tell it where it actually goes. I think we're actually saving it onto the system itself. There we go. Okay. PowerShell, taxi, power up, C, temp, power up.ps1. We can try that like right there. See if it runs it. I believe my power up tail. Okay, it's not actually doing it. So let's go ahead and actually Sublime Tools Power Up.ps1, and we'll actually scroll all the way down, and we'll do an invoke all checks. There we go. Let's go and put that back onto there, and we'll try to run it again. We might have to do a tech EP bypass. That should be trying to run it. We should be seeing an output like right now. Should be, but then again, okay. So it seems like it ran it because of how long that took. Let's try attack EP bypass. Attack C. We'll throw some quotes around it because we got so much stuff going on here. Let's see if we get anything with that. Okay, we do not. That's okay because we know that's going to be exploitable as something, right? So let's go ahead and do a MSF console, or excuse me, yeah, MSF Venom, right? We'll make an interpreter shell called shell.exe. We'll go ahead and download that with a command prompt. So we'll do a 10.10.14.2 shell.exe, and we'll name it shell.exe. Stop that down there. Do a Python web server. Bring that guy back over to us. MSF console. Tech X for command, right? And we'll go ahead and we will do a, is it capital X? No, it's lowercase x. We'll do a use exploit multi-handler. Set payload to what we have up here. Set lhost to ton 0. Set lport to 443, just like we have up here. And then we'll run that. Then as soon as that runs, we can do a shell.exe. Should get a callback. We can use suggester just like we did in the last video, and then utilize that to be able to get a privesc. And then we can use Meterpreter. Once we privesc, we can use Meterpreter to be able to find the hashes and everything. Does not seem like it really wants to run that shell.exe now, does it? More of that's because we put in all those PowerShell commands. Let's go ahead and get back into it. And hopefully we don't have to reset it like we have been having to do with these older boxes. Oh, we're going to need It looks like 100%. We have to reset it like we have been with these older boxes. Man, these things are killing us, huh? These older boxes are definitely killing us. That's what happens. When we got these older boxes, that's what happens. So we're back where we left off at the resetting the box, and I just ran shell.exe, and it looks like we're getting our reverse shell, and we do. Let's go ahead and do a get UID. Okay, awesome. Wonder if we can do a get system. Okay, we cannot. That's okay. Let's go ahead and Control Z. Yes. Search for suggester. We'll go ahead and we'll use 0, and we'll set our session. Well, session stack I first. Set our session to 1. We'll go ahead and we'll run that. And now this will look for any exploits for a 32-bit Windows with the utilizing the system info and seeing what hot fixes were already made. And then from there, showing what hot fixes were not installed yet. And then we'll be able to figure out what exploits to use. Now, you can do this without Metasploit. They do have a Windows exploit suggester on GitHub that you can utilize, and you can download the system info, throw that into it, so you bring it back to your Kali machine, you throw it into it, and it'll show you different exploits that you can run. And we may actually try that. I don't know if I actually have it on here. Because I remember the old one was pretty bad. Oh, we just froze. There we go. Actually, we go ahead and exit out here so we don't freeze as much. And the old one was pretty bad, but the newer one, Windows Exploit Suggester, from what I heard, the newest one is pretty good. So we got the next generation one. Supposedly this one's actually not too bad, like right here. Let's go ahead and let's try to install this. And we'll also try to use this. So we'll try to get into it a couple different ways here. So let's go ahead and actually get clone for the Windows Exploit Suggester Next Generation. Oh, I already have it. Okay. Windows Exploit Suggester Next Generation. I don't know if I actually set it up already. Okay, looks like I have. All right. So we can utilize this like right here, and we can tell it what to actually do. Right? We can give it the system info. So Windows Exploit Suggester system info.txt. So let's go ahead and copy over the system info.txt that we already dropped down, right? So we have all this. We can go ahead and we can echo that into system info.txt. It looks like our interpreter session actually died over there. That's not good. Go ahead and we'll run, or we'll actually use exploit multi-handler, and we'll run that again. And we'll run shell.exe again and see if we can't get it back again. And let's go ahead and try that. Python west.py systeminfo.txt. We'll see if we can find anything in there. From here, Control Z, yes, search for suggester, use 0, session tag I should be on session 2 now, set session to 2, and we'll run that. You can also do like only high vulnerability, stuff like that, like impact. Will display vulnerabilities with a given impact, severity. There's a lot of stuff you can do inside of here. So we can see that we have a lot of stuff in here, right? So we have elevation of privilege with KB with this guy right here. That was the date that came out. So we could try to actually look that up and see what we can find out about it. Impact, severity, important. Right, CVE 2020, Windows Background Intelligent Transfer Service Elevation of Privilege Vulnerability. All right, so we can see that it is vulnerable to quite a few different things. Elevation of privilege again, that's 2021 again. So we could try to start downloading these different ones like right here and finding them also. Maybe able to search plate them. Nope, that one doesn't exist in there, but we should be able to find them online. I may pick the bad one to look for. Nope, there's one. This is just a demo. Do not use in real, okay? So we can try to find one that's already x64 releases. I don't know if we're on a 64-bit. But let's go ahead and let's try this. We can try to use two, I guess. We try to use this guy right here. Show options. I believe we are on 32-bit though system, not 64-bit. As far as I know, I didn't actually look. I should have looked at that before I even made the exploit. We are on a 64-bit system. So that means I already messed up with the interpreter shell. So we're going to have to rerun that MSF Venom. And that's going to be Windows x64 interpreter, which means that also the exploit suggester is also messed up too. So we go ahead and hop over to sessions 2. We can exit out of here. No point still having that. Use exploit multi-handler. And we'll set the payload as that 64-bit. And we'll go ahead and we'll run that. And we can go ahead and once system info is done, if it actually finishes, I don't know. I don't really feel like stopping it because we might not get a callback again, but we at least need to get back onto it. So we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to stop it. We'll see what happens. See if this guy decides to run again. Probably won't. Because he took about 5 minutes last time of just keep pressing up and just trying again and again and again and again. So we're probably got to reset it again. Oh, nope, there we go. Thank God. We got something there. And we also got something down here too. Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead and search for suggester again. Sure. Use 0. Show options. Session attack I. Set session to 3. Go ahead and we'll run that. And let's also go ahead and we'll CD back into Windows exploit suggester at G. We'll do a Python 3 Windows exploit suggester. .py. System info.txt. And then let's try to actually put in like that we only want privilege escalation or something like that. Don't really know how that one works like right there. Just haven't used this in a while. The old one wasn't really the best. It wasn't very user friendly. The newer one seems much better. Should probably just do like attack H for help. So only vulnerabilities with known exploits. Yeah, we could probably do attack E. And then maybe a attack S of critical. So we'll do attack E, attack S critical. We'll do something like that, like right there. And then we'll go ahead and we'll try to run an exploit over here. We'll do this one again. Show options, set target. Do we have a 64-bit? We do. Show options again, set our session attack I. Set session to 3. And we'll set our set G L host to ton 0. We'll go ahead and we'll run that. All right. Oh, we're not an admin group, so we can't run that like right there, which means we also cannot run that bypass UAC, but we may be able to run this guy right here. Let's try him. Set target. Do we have a 64-bit? We do. Windows x64 again. All right. Show options. See how set G and now lhost is now ton 0. Set G session to 3. Let me just make sure that is correct. It is. We'll try that. This guy seemed to show us only critical vulnerabilities. And it looks like we're actually going to get something over here with that one. So we did. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and load Kiwi. All right. And from here, we can go ahead, question mark, and we can see all the stuff that we can do with Kiwi. And we can do like a creds all or something like that. Creds all. Okay, nothing in there. Let's do an LSA. Dump secrets. LSA dump SAM. All right. And there's his hash, just like they asked for. Let's go ahead and echo that into hash.text. And we'll also echo that administrator one in hash.text. Hash.text. We'll use John the Ripper, and we'll do a format of NT, because both of those are NT hashes. All right, and we did not crack either one. That's okay. Let's go ahead and grab that hash link right there, and we'll go ahead and we'll throw that over into here. What is the password? Oh, they actually want the password. All right, well, we're not cracking that hash. So default password is this like right here. I'm wondering if that's what they're looking for, like right there. His password seems much longer. So they want the password for him. I'm not really seeing where to actually grab that password from. We could try to change his password. Now I'm wondering how they want us to actually grab that password like right there. Because we are not able to crack those hashes right there. I wonder if it's on fast track. It is not. So now I'm wondering how do they want us to actually get that password for that user. Although we have already seen a couple messed up ones. So we could definitely get to administrator. Well, we are administrator like right now. So we have successfully got through the system, but I don't know how they expect us to actually get that password like right there. Oh, optional question. Okay, well, let's see a hint on it. They just auto log a credential. Is it now? Is it really now? So we could use either that or we could use we could get into PowerShell. So let's go ahead and do shell, PowerShell. Let's see if that actually works. May not work just because of how old the system is. Nope, that's not working for us. Okay, let's try to do a shell. Let's try to do a PowerShell tag C. We would have to get Mimikatz on here actually, now I think about it. So let's go ahead and actually exit out of there. We should be able to see logged on users or logged on passwords in here. I figured that we would have saw it with the LSA dump secrets. Don't know why we did not. Or creds all or something like that. We try creds. SV, yeah, okay, I think so. Execute an arbitrary Mimikatz command on parse. Okay, let's try Kiwi command. And we'll try STKURLSA log on passwords /full. I don't know if that's how it runs like that. Okay, so this one's actually x86 processing right here, so I'm not going to be able to do anything with that. Let's try hash dump. Okay, that's kind of what I thought was going to happen, like right there. Didn't think we would get anything with that. We could always throw crack map exec on here, or not crack map exec, excuse me, webpeas.exe on here and get his password like that, supposedly, because he does have auto log on. So let's go ahead and try to do that. So we'll cd into tools. We'll do a Python 3 HTTP server. And my webpeas is spelled like this with peas as an exclamation point. So we'll go ahead and we will use to download through command prompt. And we'll go ahead and we'll do that. 10, 10, 14, 2 / win peas any.exe. Again, that can be downloaded right on GitHub. And you do not have to compile it. And I forgot to save it. And that's what happens whenever you forget to save it. It's going to go through the whole thing. So we can try to stop it. And we could try to run our command again for command injection here. Wherever it's at. If it's even on this one. It's called Optimum, correct? And we'll go ahead and try to run that Python 2 again. Okay, cool. We do get a callback immediately. That's good. I don't know if we're just going to be able to press up. We can. Okay, cool. We'll say win.exe. And got it from somewhere. No, it did not. Okay. All right, there we go. And we'll go ahead and we'll run that win.exe and see if we can't get his hash there. As we continue on, which Metasploit process module can be used to list all possible. Okay, we've answered this one in the last one, but it's the suggester. Right. So if we scroll up, we can actually find suggester wherever it's at. There we go. Local exploit suggester. Go ahead and submit that. Since we are NT system authority down here, at least we should be, we go ahead and do a get UID. We can go ahead and grab that that root and local.txt. And sometimes this doesn't like to work properly, just so you know. So you won't be able to see everything, so you might have to run it a few times. If we have to do that, if we have to keep pressing Control C and getting back into it, I'm probably not going to just get his password. I think logged on passwords is further down. Bunch of crap we don't care about, like right there. There we go. There's his default password right there. For all logout passwords, we found his default password. And now we've answered all the questions within the guided walkthrough. All right, that's going to be it for this one right here. Hopefully you guys learned something, and I will talk to you all later.